What up, Talkin Fight fans? Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Knuckle Up, featuring yours truly, Mike Orr, and our special guest today, who is with us, Jerome the Panther Pampellone, coming to join us in the studio to chop it up and tell us a little bit about his background and what he plans to do in the future in this wonderful world of boxing. Jerome, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, no worries, man. Honestly, I got to let the world know who you are. That's why I wanted to get you on the show. Definitely, you're making some big waves over in the other side of the world. Wow. Coming off your last fight, great performance. You ended up picking up 2 titles, and wow, congratulations. Tell us how it all began. What age did you start boxing?
I started about 19, 20. I was playing rugby before, and everyone knew boxing was the place to get fit. So my next door neighbor, he used to live a couple of doors next to me, and he had a little gym going. And one day I just kind of went over and asked if I could train with him. And I was late. Oh, actually, I didn't show up the first day. Then the second day I was late. He kept giving me chances, and finally I started training with him and enjoying the sport more. He asked me if I wanted to fight. Ended up having a fight, and then it's just I grew up playing rugby, and I just fell in love with boxing straight away and just carried.
That's great, man. So this friend, was that friend Isaac? Was it Isaac, this friend?
Yeah, Isaac. Yes, he's the first person
so
I met.
You guys were schoolmates, right?
No, Isaac's older than me. He used to live near me, and that's how I used to hear them punching the bags daily. It used to piss me, you can't beat them, join them. So I went over and asked him.
That's great. What kind of amateur career did you have? Like, was it long? When did you start actually, getting in the ring? What motivated you to want to compete?
It kind of all happened. It all just kind of happened, I was just training, and then because I was so new to this, I wasn't as into it as I was with rugby. He just kind of I trained for him for a while. He said, "Can I have a fight?" I kind of was like, "Yeah, let's have a fight." Had a couple of fights. I was won my first about 10 fights as an amateur. I had about 50 amateur fights.
Oh wow!
I think my first loss was New Zealand. I went there with about 10 fights, and it was just Isaac just puts us in the ring for the experience and to show, and that's the goal, was to get better and better and better and eventually become a pro.
Right. I remember talking to him about it on Monday when he was on here, and he said that he doesn't really care about the amateurs and that whole game. He doesn't like the way it's played. He uses the amateurs as like a learning experience for the guys that he wants to turn pro. So that's pretty much what he did with you.
Pretty much, because from the get-go, he said pro is what we want to do. And I was, as I said, I was still new and figures kind of, I became good friends with Isaac and his family. We built great trust with him. Right. And I just carried on loving the sport and just trusting.
Who was the motivation to go pro? What were some of the motivations to go pro?
What was the motivations?
Yeah.
To be a world champion, the goal. And that's and it just seems so possible at the moment, because we've got so many, 3 other people in the top 15 in our stable. So they're so close to having that, that what we're doing is the right thing, and all the hard work's paying off.
Oh, definitely. Your stable is full of great talent. You are one of them. Definitely. I can see you having one of them world straps on your waist, man, in the future, and maybe in the near future. Definitely with the way you performed in your last fight. Run us through that, man. What was the prep like for your last fight? What was your training camp like, and how did you feel going into it?
I felt good. Training camp's always the same. We always train, and I've had a new nutritionist on board, which has definitely helped. Shout out to Mark. He stuck with me for the last couple of fights, and I just feel with this nutrition behind me, just made me feel pain. We train the same for each camp. For this one, had to be a little bit heavier because I was still adjusting to that weight, but I felt real comfortable with it. But got best camp, as you always say, every camp you feel it's the best camp. You train your hardest to put on that performance and show everyone why I feel I deserve to be with those two.
Mm-hmm. So run us through the breakdown and how you finished them off in the last one.
I think I was working the body a lot. I guess I seen the opening and went on top and got him with the hook, and he went down. I looked to my corner. Isaac just gave me the nod, and I just went out there and
you went out there and pounced on him like a panther, right? And just finished that job. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Yeah. What's with any short-term goals, any long-term goals? Like, where do you see yourself in, say, a year from now, 2 years from now? Where would you like to be?
Just top fighting the best, really, because I started as a light heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've been given this opportunity as a cruiserweight because to fight Jai Opata, he's just won again. We've been given an opportunity to fight him. So that's why it's kind of more in the cruiserweight division. And I feel that is a fight that I can definitely. At the moment, my goal is my next fight's hopefully in Australia at the end of October, so to put on a good performance and win that fight. And then it's basically step by step. You always want to see the future and want to obviously be a world champion. Fight. I just train hard and just keep loving what I'm doing.
Definitely. I love watching you do what you do, man. It's such a great show to watch when you get in there and do what you do best, man. What's the biggest lesson do you think that you've learned in boxing to date, and how has that lesson, helped you grow as a fighter?
Just respecting the sport and just being disciplined, I reckon, because because there's no shortcuts. It's the hurt game. After I take the sport I take the sport so serious. So.
What do you believe to be one of your weaknesses, and what are you doing to improve on it?
Weaknesses. Weaknesses. There's always stuff to learn. I'm always learning, but I don't want to pinpoint that out. That's why I'm in the gym every day.
That's good. That's good, man. That's the way to do it. Is there any part of training that you don't like? Is it like the biggest one I've heard is running? Is running one of yours too?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Even though we did a lot of that in rugby, it's different because I don't know. Sprints is not me.
Okay.
Sprints or hills. I don't like hills or sprints.
I used to do that when I played hockey, man. I know what you're talking about. Sprints, then hills. Not a fan. Not a fan. It's not good for anybody, but it's great for you.
Yeah.
So do you find it? What are like some of the differences that you find in training for rugby for like some big match and training for an upcoming match in boxing? Are there a lot of differences between it?
Yeah, for sure. Now boxing, I'm fighting at a more top level, at rugby top level. So I'm not sure what it would be like for a top level rugby player, but for rugby, for boxing, I'm training 6 days a week. Sometimes I train on a Sunday. It's just, and it's an individual sport. It's all on you. Can't rely on anyone else. In many ways, yeah.
Do you remember the feeling that you got the first time you knocked somebody out and put them to sleep in the ring?
Yeah. It was more of a shock. Not realizing that I could do that. Just having that faith, because they have so much trust and faith in me. It took me a while to have that for myself.
Right. What's the biggest obstacle that you faced so far in boxing? Because I know boxing is very political. Sometimes it's hard to get matches, and all that kind of crap that goes on in the background that not people haven't, the masses don't know about, like us, the people sitting and watching. What's the biggest obstacle that you faced so far in your career?
Biggest obstacle. That's a hard one. I'm not sure, sorry, but what's the biggest? I don't know, really. Yeah.
I guess there hasn't been. There probably hasn't been a really big one. You're probably just small ones, right? Like, I don't know, not being able to get a fight.
Yeah,
that's enough.
Yeah, small things like that. Yeah, definitely. There's boxing. There's always something. It's a crazy sport. There's always something happening. There's a date for a fight, and there's small things. I can't pinpoint one, but it's a roller coaster for sure.
Right.
So many ups and downs, and you kind of just got to stick with it and just trust the process.
Do you find it harder or easier to get fights now that your record is climbing and after your last win? Are the fights coming at you, or are you finding it hard to find opponents now?
No, well, I've signed with Dean Lonergan with him. He's an Australian promoter. So he's my job. Sorry, it's Isaac's job and Alina's job. They're my managers. They find the fights for me and with Dean. But Isaac's he's always one step ahead of the ball. He's always looking past the next past the opponent. But he's always looking into the future to see what's next. My focus is just take fight by fight, and I'm just, as I said before, from Isaac and the team's opinion, and yeah.
What's it? So you work with Isaac full time as well, right?
Yeah.
I'm
on full time.
What's that?
That's sweet because he's my mate. I see him as my mate.
Right.
But when it's time to work, it's time to work. When it's time to train, it's time to train. But either way, he's my mate along well.
Right on. Any future matches over in the States, England, anything like that? Are you looking towards that? Or are you looking to conquer Australia, New Zealand first?
The first big goal for me, and then hopefully I've overcome the next goals for me of winning winning well. Then England and America, that'll be crazy awesome because we've had David go over there, America. Right. It was our first fighter to go over to America to fight as a pro. So it's awesome to see. It's all possible.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? You're stable. You guys, I was saying it earlier, that it's just, you guys have this style, man, and I'm calling it the peach style. It's that peach style of boxing, that come forward, no nonsense, ready to take your head off, but calculated and technical. So it's a good style, man. It's doing you very well. What's like a day of training? How does the day start for you? You're up early. Is it work, gym? Run us through it.
Yeah, in camp, it's wake up, run in the morning, go to work, come home, go to train at night, come home, be a dad, be a dad and a husband to be, and then start their That's the daily routine in camp. In camp, I'm always running in the morning. When I'm not in camp, I don't run in the morning. It's pretty much just work, training, family, rest, do it again.
That's it, man. Eat,
Yeah.
sleep, boxing. Right? Eat, sleep, and boxing.
Yeah.
That's great. And the occasional work, because you gotta work too. That's great. Any plans to get your son or daughter, or either? You got two? Yeah, okay.
No, I have a son. He just turned
Oh, yeah,
2.
son. Okay, okay.
Just turned 2 years old.
He just turned 2. Any plans to put some gloves on him?
Yeah. If he wants to do it, little gloves already.
It's fun.
He loves watching it. He loves doing it. So he's around it, watching boxing at home. There's gloves everywhere.
Excellent.
I bring him to the gym now and then, but he's still young, so to fight.
Yeah. They're sponges. They're sponges at that age, though. So you can be surprised on what they can actually retain. I started teaching my kid young too, man. I taught him some Muay Thai, and yeah, it worked out really well. He did well with it. So yeah, you teach him young. Teach him young. It's good. I enjoy it.
For sure.
What let me see here. How to word this. I totally got off track, so I kind of lost my thought there for a second. What is it that separates you from everybody else that stands in front of you? Well, what separates you that makes you the great athlete you are?
That's a good question. I think my will to win and make my family and people around me proud. That's something that's real. That gives me that grind. You know, I want to be I want to make everyone proud. You know, and that means so much to me. So I think that's it.
That's great. Cedric, welcome. I know you're running late, brother, but welcome to the interview. Jerome, this is Cedric Benn.
How you doing?
Windsor, Ontario.
How you doing, champ? I was just before I had to jump on that to put on watch a bit of your highlights here. Watch you beating up this your last opponent in May, that Nick Charlemagne guy. I'm really liking your style, man. You know, a lot of the boxers from this generation, they like to fight with their lead hand down, but not too many of them can do it properly. You definitely could do it properly, so I appreciate that style of yours. Making sure, even though you keep your lead hand down, you still use your jab a lot to make sure to keep your opponent at that good distance. That's why this guy couldn't really do nothing to you at all. And anyways, I really appreciate that stuff.
Thank you for that.
I got you. I'm not sure where you guys were in the interview, but
ask whatever you want, brother.
One of the main questions, I apologize if you asked this already, Mike, but in your transition from the amateurs to the pros, what did you see was your main difference that you had to transition to? Some people, you know, they're not used to the, you know, obviously no headgear, that's the number one thing, but little things like either on offense they don't have a good enough jab, or maybe the defense, they realize with no headgear and smaller gloves how much more defense is important. What do you think was the biggest transition for you from the amateurs to the pros?
I don't think it was a huge thing, because when I started boxing, Isaac always told me he wanted me to be a pro, the goal. So I felt he did. He trained us as a pro right through our amateur. When we were fighting, we weren't looking for the points. He was teaching us to go in there and hurt our opponent. So I feel that's, you know, I feel the pro. I was always
with the program. That's right. I forgot that Mr. Peach. I missed the interview on Monday, but I understand he doesn't really mess with the amateurs. He gets right to the point. We're in the hurt business, and I really respect that.
Definitely in the hurt business. That's honestly, I'll tell you, like Andre said yesterday, he's very intimidating when you're talking to him face to face. I could see that already in the interview, man. He seems like a very intense guy. So, but he seems like he knows how to have a good time. But he seems like he's all business. Is that what he's like? He's like all business all the time.
Yeah, you just gotta get to know him.
Yeah.
You know?
With that being, oh my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So?
Go ahead.
What's that?
With that being said, as far as the herb business, I was just talking about the good jab that you have. What do you like to use that jab to set it up with? As far as we was talking about, you guys fight to hurt. What is your favorite punch to come at your opponent with for that for the kill shot? I guess you could say.
Straight right, but
Mm,
it will be the straight right after the jab. Just something basic.
yeah,
But
keep
the
it
gym
simple.
is constantly going over learning, not what's the word? Constantly learning,
Just
but
repeating the motion, repeating the fundamentals over and over
yeah,
again. So it's like,
yeah,
so it comes natural. So it comes
exactly.
natural. You don't have to think about it, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Gotcha. What else you
Cedric,
got for us?
keep asking, Cedric. I'm giving you some time there. I'm giving you some seat time, brother.
What any plans on I know this is one of your questions you're gonna ask later, Mike. Any plans on either maybe not having a fight, but a training camp over in Canada? I got a few facilities. Obviously, I've got a facility for use right here, but and just anytime you're want to do one of your training camps, any of the Peachtree boxing stable want to do
The
their
Peach Stable
Peach
come to Windsor.
stable.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I got him.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to, man.
Mhm.
That would be a
Because
crazy place.
I'm right beside the Michigan border to all the Kronk gym and all the big sparring, tough sparring you can get over there too. And I can get all the best guys from
Cool.
Canada over here just for your sparring too. So we'll take care of you.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Mhm.
Me too. I'm definitely making the trip up to Windsor for that one.
Back to your career. Any what's the plans? Anything scheduled coming up?
Hopefully, end of October in Australia.
In Australia.
It'll be a game, and then just go from there. Really.
The world tour. So might as well start the world tour.
Well, first
What's
he's
that,
got to
sorry?
take out Jaio Patia, right? You take out Jaio Patia?
The goal, I've been given that opportunity, and that's the kind of pathway I'm looking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yo, I'm in your corner for that one. I got you on that one.
Thanks.
Jerome, you want to be loved or do you want to be feared in your career?
Feared by my opponents and loved by the support.
Yeah, great answer. That's probably the best answer that somebody said to that question.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, definitely. I gotta ask you the nickname, the Panther. How'd you get it? Who gave it to you? Let's hear the story.
Um, someone at the gym kind of just brought it up randomly. It's like, "Oh, you should be the panther," and everyone was like, "Yeah, the panther." And that was my last name, the Panther
Yeah, about to
Pampellone.
say. Yeah, flows with the last
Rolls
name.
off the tongue real nice.
Kind of all
Panther
just
Pampellone.
happened, and then
Mm-hmm.
everyone just started calling me the Panther.
Yes, that's how it starts, man. That's how it starts, and it just sticks with you, especially when you fight that way and you keep it up, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You fight that way, like not too much in a rush. Like I said, I keep repeating myself, but I love the way you use that jab, keeping it low to draw the opponent in, but you're still popping it in his face and then boom with that right hand across. Oh, you just barely missed him with that one. My bad. I'm in the middle of watching your fight at the same time I'm doing it. Good, man.
Jerome, so you're currently what the IBF and NZPBC cruiser champion?
Yep, that's at the moment. Yeah.
What tell us what it was like, man, to win one of the straps, like when you first put the strap on.
Oh, it was a crazy. It was a cool feeling, It was kind of like a relief because I just that's what I was a stepping stone to where I want to be, and a stepping stone in a way of like what's it goals, and You know, that was my first title as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was at Cruiserweight, which is crazy because I'm naturally like what people don't know is half of my fights have been at Cruiserweight,
Right.
and like heavyweight. So it's just getting yeah. So it was amazing feeling all the hard work.
To confirm that you're naturally light heavyweight, but your first title was at cruiserweight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's definitely not something that you hear every day, that someone moves up and wins their first title in a higher weight class. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely something that you don't hear too often. So much respect for that. Much respect for that.
Did you find it hard to gain that weight and stay strong?
I didn't. I'm kind of still figuring out with my nutrition. I want to blow up, so I'm slow.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to keep to it. You know, I want to keep to a weight where I'm able to take on those bigger opponents.
Right. Yeah, because you're what were you, 6 feet tall, I believe, right?
Yeah, about 6 foot.
But you got a hell of a reach too, though. You got like a 75-inch reach. So.
I've got a long reach too. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You got some legs for arms, brother. You got some legs.
Legs for arms, he says.
Yo, they're long, man. But yeah,
so
definitely.
Where do you feel more comfortable, at light heavyweight or at cruiserweight?
Well,
wherever the money's at.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah. But for my weight wise, you know, so that's a pro.
Okay.
So I feel strong at light heavyweight, and I feel strong at being a cruiserweight. So I'm still just getting used to the weight as a cruiserweight.
Mm-hmm.
But we have David Light in the gym, and that's top 15 in the world opponent, and I'm constantly sparring him and learning off him.
Right.
So that gives me the
I got you. That experience, the experience.
Yeah,
of fighting with him.
That gives me the go to say, you know, I'm
right.
You're there.
So Jerome, when you're ready to retire and hang it up, and look back, what do you want to be remembered for?
First world champion, someone that was done what he loved, and yeah, that's a hard one. I haven't thought about it.
That's good.
Well, yeah, I think that
That's good.
Any future plans to? Obviously, you're still in the middle of your career now, but do you have any plans for the future? What you're gonna do after you retire? Have you started anything? Any businesses or anything like that?
Nah, not at the moment. I'm just at the moment. I'm like plumber. I've nearly got my qualification, and the goal was to obviously a boxer.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, depending where it takes me, I'm not.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Just about training camp and stuff like that. You guys have a wide stable. Just wondering about sparring. Do you have to like travel to other gyms for sparring, or because I know you guys got enough guys in the gym. We were talking to Andre yesterday, and he said you guys get some good work in. So do you mainly keep it in house for sparring, or do you have to like travel a lot?
Mainly a lot of sparring with each other. A lot of sparring. There's some inside the gym. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So we're all friends, but we're all trying to. But now and then we get other people coming in. But my main sparring partner is definitely Andre.
Yeah, he said you guys go at it pretty hard, man. Got any good stories?
No friends in the ring.
I know you got a juicy story in there for sure. Is there a time where you guys went real hard? Real hard?
Well, what we do, we try to do is we do that now and then.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of technical, more of a technical spar, not to try and kill each other. 2 rounds.
2 rounds.
We're just coming at it. Every time we try to tell each other, come on guys, I guess it's the the competitiveness
natural fighting
between us.
Yeah. That natural competition comes out, man.
But that's good.
Yeah. That's what happens when you got 2 alphas together, man. Put them in the ring. That's what happens, right?
No, but it seriously though, it is good that you guys don't have to. At the same time, you don't have to travel to other gyms for sparring that much, because at the same time, you don't want your future opponents to see what you're doing and stuff like that, or see your improvement. Once in a while, of course, you want to go to other gyms just to get a different look. Especially whatever, if you're fighting for a world title, you don't want to try to get exactly the look that you're looking for. But overall, keeping it in house, keeping it away from your opponents, and just getting better while your opponent's not seeing it. That's perfect, right?
Yeah, the overall core, we spar each other, but then when it leads up to mix it up, we go around.
Yes.
You got to. You don't want to get too comfortable.
Exactly. Yeah. Same thing we do here. Yeah. Makes sense. Perfect sense.
I got to ask you this: is there any what do you like the most about training? What's your favorite thing to do?
My favorite. Yeah. Sparring. It's got to be sparring.
Sparring. Of course. Every sport, every athlete in any sport is going to say like the best part of practice is scrimmaging or just playing the sport.
Hey, no. I've heard different answers. But that's a good one.
Oh, really?
Sparring's a good one. Come on, that shows the heart of a true fighter. That's
a true fighter, of course. You don't really care about. You don't care about the other stuff.
Just don't care about anything. Just let me get in there and punch that guy in the face. That's awesome, man.
Peach boxing, man. Much respect to Peach boxing.
Yeah, man. That's why we had to do you guys this week, man. I felt it was ever since stumbling onto Mia and Mia putting me on to your stable, and the way you guys train and the way you guys are so tight knit as a family and friends and stable mates, and you guys support each other. It's awesome, man. I think what you guys are doing is great, and I think the world needs to know and needs to see the fighters that are coming out of Peach Boxing, because you know what, you guys are all undefeated. Stacking up belts left and right. It's a matter of time before that entire stable burst onto the international scene. And I just wanted to be part of that wave, man, because you know what? You guys are great. And I love watching you fight. I think you're very talented. And I can't wait to see you get in the ring and knock somebody out again.
Thank you.
Did you have something scheduled?
Yeah, man. What's that, Cedric?
Is there something scheduled? I know I asked before, but I forgot what was said. You get another fight?
He's hoping end of October. There should be something scheduled. Okay. To all the fans out there, I will remind you of this, and I will find some way to put it out there for you guys to watch, man. That's for sure. Jerome, I'm not going to keep you too much longer. I know it's early in the morning. You got kids. You got things to do. It's during the week. So, you know what? I would just want to thank you very much for coming and joining us today here, man, taking the time to talk to us and, shed a little light on who you actually are, man. And it was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Nah, easy, man. Appreciate your guys' support, man. Mia said from the beginning, she met you, that you guys we appreciate it, man.
Much love and respect. We're here to support you. We're gonna follow your career for the rest of it, man. That's what we're here for. We'll push you anytime. We'd love to have you back whenever you can. To honestly, just give us updates on what's going on in your career. I'll be following it, but it'd be good to talk about it. But yeah, man. So stick around. Just let us sign off here, and then we can talk to you after. First of all, let everybody know where they can find you on social media so they can follow you and watch you progress.
Yeah. So on Instagram, Pampellone, Pampellone, and on Facebook too, Pampellone. So yeah, give us a follow.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, Talking Fight fans, thanks for tuning in to today's special episode of Knuckle Up featuring myself, Mike Orr, and my man Cedric Benn with today's special guest, Jerome the Panther Pampellone. You know what it is, man. We'll see you tomorrow with the continuation of Peach Boxing Week, and we have David, the Great White Light, with us tomorrow. Make sure you join us 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what it is. It's your man Mike Orr saying Knuckle Up.